I was a Catholic before becoming a practicing Buddhist in 2008. I have a lot of family and friends because I was raised a Catholic that are all Christians. So I kind of have a lot of challenges when I talk to them about religion and what I believe and what I don't understand about Buddhism. So how do I answer their questions of what I believe? And then also with the problem of my wife going to church, how do I keep my children from falling into the one God, heaven and hell frame of mind?
어떤 종교를 선택할 거냐는 개인의 자유입니다.
It's an individual freedom to choose whatever religion he or she wants,
종교를 갖든 안 갖든,
whether he or she holds a religion or not.
종교 중에 어떤 종교를 갖든,
And whatever religion he chooses,
그것은 개인의 자유다.
that's the individual freedom,
그것은 헌법에 보장된 인간의 권리입니다.
guaranteed by the Constitution.
그렇기 때문에 당신이 캐톨릭 집안에 태어났지만은 불교로 와도 좋고,
Just as you converted to Buddhism from a Catholic family,
또 다시 캐톨릭으로 가도 괜찮아요.
and it's okay if you go back to being a Catholic.
프로테스탄트로 가도 괜찮아요.
Although you can go back to being a Protestant, or
또 당신 부인이 교회 다녀도 괜찮습니다.
and it's also okay for your wife to go to church.
또 엄마 따라 아이들이 교회 가는 것도 괜찮아요.
It's also okay for your children to follow their mom to
교회
church.
가면 또 천당 지옥 가르칩니다.
And if they go to church, they'll be taught about heaven and hell.
네, 괜찮아요.
That's also okay.
그냥 두세요.
Just let them be.
근데 어떻게? That's something that is so hard for me to understand, to just let them be and let them. I don't dislike the fact that she goes to church. It doesn't bother me that she goes to church or that she's meeting more Christians. And it's not really bothersome that my kids are going either. I just want to know how I should, if they ask me later about God or heaven and hell, how I should answer them whenever the time comes.
당신 아는 대로 대답하면 돼요.
So answer them to what you know.
있다고 생각하면 있다고 말하고,
So if you think heaven and hell exist, then tell them so.
없다고 생각하면 나는 없다고 생각한다.
So if you don't think they exist, then tell them I don't think they exist.
없다가 아니라
So it's not that they don't
나는
exist,
없다고 생각한다.
that you think they don't
너는 어떻게
exist.
생각하니?
And ask them in return, what do you think?
있다고 생각한다.
And if they say yes, I think it exists,
그렇게 생각할 수도 있다.
then say admit and recognize and validate their point of view.
나처럼 없다고 생각할 수도 있다.
So you can believe like I do that there is no heaven and hell,
사람은 생각이 서로 다르니까.
because every person has different thoughts.
뭐 크다 어른이라고 애라고 남의 생각을 강요할 수는 없어요.
Just because that's you have children, because they're young, you have no right to demand how they think.
있다고 해서 당신 확인할 수 없잖아요.
Because just because if it exists, can you validate that? Can you
당신 또
verify it?
없다고 당신이 장담할 수도
And
없잖아요.
you can't even verify that it doesn't exist.
없다고 내가 생각하는 거지.
So you're just thinking it doesn't exist,
그들은 있다고 생각하는 거고.
and others are thinking that it
생각이
exists.
다를 뿐이에요.
So it's just a difference in opinion.
너무 두려워할 필요
So
없어요.
don't be so afraid of differences
당신
in
가톨릭
opinion.
집안에 태어나서도 불교로 왔잖아요.
Because you're raised as a Catholic, but now you're a Buddhist.
교회들도 교회 다니다가 나중에 또 올 수도 있어요.
So even your wife and children can be Christians yet convert to Buddhism,
또 계속 다닐 수도 있고.
or they can continue being Christians.
애들에게는 나중에 20살 넘어서 자기가 선택할 권리가 있습니다.
To children, to anybody after they're 20, they can choose on their own.
그러나 아이들은 엄마를 따르는 게 좋습니다.
But for children, it's probably good for them to follow their mom.
왜냐하면 아무리 아빠가 잘해도 애들은 엄마가 더 좋아요.
Because no matter how good a dad you are, children always usually follow their
엄마가
mom.
스트레스를 받으면 안 돼요.
So moms do not need to be stressed out even more.
그러니까 아이를 걱정하면 아이 엄마에게 잘해줘야
So
돼요.
if you're concerned about children, then be nicer to your wife.
그러니까 진짜 당신이 불교 신자라면
If you're a real Buddhist, that is.
종교 갖고 싸우면 안 돼요.
If you're real Buddhists don't fight over
아이
religion.
엄마를 편안하게 해주는 게 불교 신자예요.
So if you're a real Buddhist, the way of Buddhism is for you to comfort and soothe and make your life for your wife as comfortable as possible.
종교의 자유를 주는 게 불교예요.
So giving freedom to choose their own religion is Buddhism.
불교를 움켜쥐는 게 불교가 아니에요.
Not holding tightly to the concept of Buddhism.
당신이 조금 더 넓어져야 돼요.
So you need to be wider, more expansive.
물론 당신이 불교를 좋아하는 건 당신 자유니까 괜찮아요.
So it's okay for you to like Buddhism because that's your right and freedom.
부인은 아이를 키워야 하고
But a wife
학교도
needs to
보내야
raise the
하고.
children. She needs to send them to
또
school
한국 교회도 이제 한국 친구들도 사귀어야 되고
and needs Korean friends.
그러니까 이 커뮤니티가 교회를 중심으로 형성돼 있으니까
And because Korean American communities are centered around churches,
갈 수밖에 없는 조건이 있습니다.
so there's a condition enough to drive her to church.
지금 당신이 다른 조건을 만들어 줄 수 없잖아요.
So, and you can't create those different conditions for her, can you, right now?
불교 커뮤니티를 만들 수도 없고
Can you automatically create a
불교
Buddhist
학교를
based
만들 수도
community
없고
or Buddhist school?
절도 만들 수가
You can't
없고
create a temple.
그러니까 이 한계를 인정하셔야 돼요.
So admit what's there
Yeah.
그래서 우선 이렇게 받아들이고
and accept what's there.
또 세월이 흐르면 또 기회가 있습니다.
Then there'll be other opportunities, obviously, in the future.
걱정을 놓아버리는 게 불교예요.
So letting go of your concern is Buddhism.
알겠습니다. Thank you.